there's actually another reason why they're here. They're here because the tugboat, towboat, and barge industry is providing our nation with over 500,000 jobs and $100 billion in economic output. And they're here because the crude, the shale, and the offshore gas boom has produced robust shipbuilding activity. And to put that into perspective, it is the most shipbuilding that we've seen in 3 decades. They're here because of Port Fourchon, the home of the Louisiana offshore oil port, or LOOP. It handles up to 10% of our nation's domestic and 10% of our foreign oil, and it also connects to 50% of our refining capacity. And it's also the only U.S. deepwater port capable of offloading both very large and ultra large crude carriers. And there's over 200 companies that are actually have their operating bases out of the port. And so this makes the WorkBoat Show the place for these exhibitors to be. And then when we start talking about the Gulf of Mexico, it provides the U.S. with nearly 1/3 of our domestic oil supply, and over 80% of that is coming from deep water. And so that is why the exhibitors are here. And right now that industry is prospering. But we can't and we shouldn't pat ourselves on the back too early. President John F. Kennedy was once said, "Change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past or to the present are certain to miss the future." And there's a lot of truth in that just brief comment. Market conditions are going to change, that is a given. And whether it's on the inland river and waterways or offshore, we know things are going to change. It only takes a recent drop in the price of a barrel of crude to $65 to point out that there is change, and it is going to happen. There are going to be challenges, and some of them are going to be significant. And together as stakeholders, we must keep this in mind.